What's going on, guys? Blake Hawthorn, it's his turf. We're out here on a driveway job that we poured last year, and what we're doing is we need to get an expansion joint in time. So this one here we missed, and so we had to come back in and cut it. It is several days later, and what happened was the concrete actually cracked on its own in that time, and that's this red line here. So what we've done is we came back out here today. I got a crack chasing blade for our grinder, and we are opening all these cracks up. So the customer actually wanted this whole patio or driveway ripped out and redone. And there is a ton of square footage here. That would be several thousands of dollars. So I got to thinking, what can we do for him kind of as an upgrade? So I thought about the idea of coming in here, opening this up, making it look like large pieces of flagstone, and then we're gonna acid stain it. So we have a caramel and a mission brown acid stain. So I'll show you guys that. We just did a sample for the customer. Flip it on around. So there we go. We're gonna be using this acid stain. So that's our dark brown, that's our caramel. And I'm gonna have them come out after it's soaked in here really good. And I'll have them check it one more time. They picked caramel right now, but we just wanna make sure, see if they don't wanna do some mixing of the two, you know, like some different color spots. But that's what we're gonna do. Keep us from having to demo this whole thing out. Get this taken care of, super easy. All we've got for this project is literally an angle grinder, 4.5 inch. Put a crack chasing blade on it, bought it off Amazon. I'll leave the link here. It was like 40 bucks, I think. And which is way cheaper than what you can buy at the hardware store. And then just some acid stain. So we got acid stain, some chalk, which is like $1, and then crack chasing blade, which is like $40, and saved thousands of dollars. Now it's gonna be a little labor intensive today, but we're gonna get it done. Hey guys, this portion of today's show is brought to you by Batman. I just feel like I may sound like Bane, I don't know. But speed things up, what we're doing is Jeremy's gonna start pressure washing all this, get all this washed while I'm out here cutting. We got the Easy Up out, artificial shade. It's awesome. We got this one down here, those 6 there, this one here, and the sidewalk. That's it. So I'm gonna knock that one out and this one out. That way I'm only left with 6 on the sidewalk. Makes it seem like less work. Let's do it. All right, Jeremy got it all nice and clean. Now what he's doing is putting like a 6 to 10 inch strip all along the house, so that way we don't spray it when we start spraying it. Make sure you don't do the garage slab.
Yeah, I'm working on that.
Looks nice rusty orange right now. That'll all change when we wash it off. Alright guys, so I got my pump up sprayer and I've got my acid in there. I'm using a respirator again and some rubber gloves. So we already put our border up against the house. I'm just gonna keep this really low to prevent overspray on the house, and we're just gonna go through here, get these squares right here done, and then we're going to move across the front of the house, getting everything up against the house first finished up, and that'll leave the rest of that for Jeremy. Alright guys, we just finished up the caramel and we are putting the mission brown. This is a darker brown color, so we're going to go in and use these 2 colors as well and see how they blend together. So some of these are really caramel, Some of them are just speckled, some of them are a little heavier. And what we'll do is the ones that are a little heavier are gonna get the Mission Brown a little lighter. Some of them that are a little lighter are gonna get the Mission Brown a little darker. And then some of the ones that aren't touched at all are just gonna get a solid Mission Brown. So it should give us about 4 different tones of rocks out here. The brown tone was a little too dark earlier when she was looking at it, and we were reading on here that it says that you can add water to get different variations of the tones. So we're gonna add a little less than a half a gallon to that, and just to lighten it up a little bit, and we'll see how it turns out. Good morning, guys. We are out here. It's day 2 of the driveway, and yeah, I know that stinks. Day 2 means we are definitely losing money now. So this was a freebie as it was. So some of you guys have been asking me on Instagram, like, hey, how do you charge for this? What's going on? Is this something that you just cover? Guys, it's literally something I just have to cover. So because I didn't have it in my contract. I have it in my contract now. That won't happen again. But it's we ran out. I was starting to space it out. We have used 5 gallons of material. This acid stain is by Brick Form, and it's costing us about $60 and some change per gallon. So I have 2 more gallons in the truck. That's all I had. That's all I could get. So I'm gonna try to get this finished. That's my goal. Get this right here finished. And then I've got some water-based stuff that I'm going to use just as like a tester on top of some of this to kind of see how it does. It's a little different brown tone, so I'm getting a lot of the oranges. I mean, a lot of that rust will wash off actually, but it does have quite a bit of orange still in it. So we're going to grab the other 2 gallons, try to get these sections finished, and then we will see where we're at from there. So let's go ahead and let's get to it and let you guys check it out. All right, guys, so we did the same thing we did yesterday. I went ahead and mixed a 1/4 gallon of water, just shy of a 1/4 gallon of water, with the 1 gallon of mix. That was the dilution ratio that we did yesterday. But it's crazy, you know, you read on here and it actually says that the coverage is 200 to 300 square feet. And honestly, I would say that we're getting on average of about 100 to 120 square feet with 1 gallon of this. So it's not going very far, and that's really killing us, because we're going to be 7 gallons in and probably only about 2/3 of the way done. Whereas these were in 10 foot by 10 foot squares. So we basically got 200 there. So 1 gallon should have done that. We got 200 there. So that's 3 gallons, 4 gallons, 5 gallons, 6 gallons, 7 gallons, 8 gallons. So it should take 8 gallons total. And that 7 gallon mark today, I promise you, is not going to get us that far. I pray God multiplies it, but we'll see. I don't see it happening. All right, so we're able to get all these squares done up into there, and we are down to our last, looks like 700 square feet. All right, guys, I got a 3rd color. It's like a henna, and so we are going into like these rocks like this one that I'm standing on. You can see the 2 tones just kind of speckled on there, and we're gonna coat the whole thing. So that's gonna be like our 3rd tone that has a base tone of the caramel and the Mission Brown underneath it. And we're gonna top coat it with this 3rd color to just get that, you know, combination of different colors that hopefully once it's washed and sealed really makes it look like individual stones because, you know, we did just score down like a 1/4 inch with our crack chasing blade. So until you're actually walking on top of this, you can't see those grooves cut into it. But you're starting to be able to see the difference in the color variation that's really making those rocks pop. All right guys, this is the end of day 2. So this is Saturday morning. It's about 10 o'clock, so I've been here a little over 3 hours, and we got this thing finished up. The one thing that you do need to do is remind your customer that this is an acid base stain. So what that means is that it is going to leave a rusty looking residue. This is not the color that the patio or the driveway is going to look. So even though I communicated that to this customer on 2 different occasions, he still came out concerned about the color. And so just reiterate that over and over again, that it is going to have a rusted tone until it is neutralized using baking soda and water and washed before we seal it. So this is nowhere near what the finished tone is going to look like. Guys, I got to clean the equipment, I got to get out of here, and we'll see you on Monday. All right guys, Jeremy is finishing up with the sealing over here. So we went with a brown tone sealer just to kind of darken up some of those rich tones in this concrete stain. Now guys, it's looking pretty good. So this is what could have went bad. If you remember, these control joints that we had in here that we came in and cut were from where the expansion joints that we floated in, the concrete decided to do its own thing to really darken it up. I'm gonna show you the square that he's working on. So he's finishing up the walkway. Here in the Hot Springs Village, like all the yards are gravel. So there's like no grass. I don't know if y'all have seen anything like that. This is the largest gated community in the United States. I think there's like 13,000 residencies. So it could mean like over 20,000 people, but here we go. Here is the spot that has 1 coat to a spot that has 2 coats. You can see the tone change in between them. So, and then that's wet. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. Getting this thing darkened up, getting everything finished up. But guys, I hope that you enjoyed what we did. Like I said, just kind of to save this driveway, a way to kind of upgrade it, give it a real decorative finish. And we should get things finished up and get out of here. This is probably our 3rd full day, because we're out here all day Friday, came over here Saturday morning for a couple hours, finished staining, came over here yesterday morning and we diluted with ammonia and water, washed this whole thing, and then came out here today, and Jeremy's been out here sealing all day long. But guys, be sure and leave a comment down below, let me know what you think. Thank you so much for tuning into this. Give it a thumbs up. We'll catch you on the next one.